annual Transgender History Month. It is an absolute pleasure to be here with you all and welcome this very special moment here in San Francisco. I have the great honor to be your MC for this occasion. My name is Jupiter Peraza. An occasion that is very personal to me and very close to my heart. For some context as to why that is, back in 2021, I wrote the initial draft proclamation designating August as Transgender History Month. I was inspired by the Compton's cafeteria riots, which happened on an August 9th in 1966. We don't know exactly what day it happened, but we do know it happened in August. And I asked myself, why is it that we don't know what day it happened? It is monumental history, so why don't we know? The sad reality of it is that this monumental occurrence was so major and unlike anything that had ever occurred before at that scale in the United States, that an effort to eliminate it from records and existence ensued. But it persisted. And because of it, watershed moments in the LGBTQ+ civil rights movement followed, such as the Stonewall Inn riots of 1969. So, the idea of Transgender History Month began to take shape via this train of thought. I thought about Black History Month and Women's History Month, now nationally recognized commemorative months, and the essential education and awareness that they bring to the general masses every year. That knowledge is critical in bringing awareness and understanding of the struggles and history that have taken place to get where we are now. When I wrote this draft proclamation, I had the great honor of serving as Director of Social Justice and Empowerment Initiatives at the Transgender District, the world's only legally recognized cultural district dedicated to the transgender community, based in the Tenderloin neighborhood, grounded and rooted in the pivotal event that is the Compton's cafeteria riot. And with the guidance of Arya Saeed, co-founder and president of the Transgender District, we brought the proclamation to the Office of Transgender Initiatives. Without the Office of Transgender Initiatives and their instrumental advocacy for Transgender History Month to the mayor's office, we would not be sitting here today. Director Pal Crago, wherever he is, and the Office of Transgender Initiatives deserve a huge round of applause for their determination to make this happen. And last but not least, Transgender History Month would not have happened at all without the profound allyship of Mayor London Breed. Yes, round of applause. Mayor Breed has proven time and time again her unwavering allyship to the transgender community, her dedication to support, uplift, and empower San Francisco's transgender community. Mayor Breed has really set the bar for any mayor across any city in the United States on what it truly means to be inclusive and stand in solidarity with the transgender community. And in what seemed to be a sign from the universe in our transcestors, Mayor Breed signed Transgender History Month on August 24th, 2021, on what would have been Marsha P. Johnson's 76th birthday. And just last year, Santa Clara County adopted Transgender History Month following San Francisco's leadership. Transgender history should not be understated. Disseminating transgender history helps us understand the shared struggles that bind us, how we are more alike than we are different, whether cis or trans. Now, more than ever, it is imperative to lean into transgender history, to understand the reemergence of extremist and violent anti-transgender rhetoric that has taken a hold of national politics over the last few years. The attacks we're currently seeing against the transgender and gender diverse community are not new. In fact, they draw from the tumultuous decades of the 1970s and the 1980s that led to the pathologization of transness as a, I quote, mental disorder, and I quote, disease. Such developments created monumental systemic hurdles that hindered many trans people from seeking gender-affirming healthcare services and a better quality of life. The consequences manifested in the ostracization of trans people from society, resulting in poverty, isolation, depression, unprecedented transphobic violence, and sickness. We must learn from our past to guarantee a future defined by liberation. Trans people have contributed a great deal to modern-day society. Trans people deserve to know that they come from a lineage of thought leaders, pioneers, and warriors. Our history is a vivid and captivating account of sacrifice, transformation, joy, and a journey towards personal liberation. And we sit here with the gift that is the transgender community of San Francisco. To have icons and pioneers like Ms. Donna Persona, Ms. Billy Cooper, Cecilia Chung, Arya Saeed, Honey Mahogany, Janetta Johnson, Anjali Rimi, Pao Crago, Andrea Horn, Holy Old Man Bull, Tina Aguirre, Nicole Santamaria, Dr. Susan Stryker, and many, many others seen and unseen, paving their way in their own fields, such as Melanie Ampon in gender-affirming care, and Kenya Boudreau in technology and engineering. So now, I welcome a trans icon and someone I deeply admire for our land acknowledgement. This individual is co-founder of the Transgender District, co-owner of The Stud, and the highest elected Black trans woman in the country for any Democratic chapter. Let's give a warm welcome to Party Chair of the San Francisco Democratic Central Committee, Honey Mahogany.
Thank you so much, Jupiter, for that introduction. Isn't Jupiter Peraza incredible? Let's hear it one more time for Jupiter Peraza. It's thanks to her that we're all standing here today. I have the honor of, on behalf of Holy Old Man Bull, of doing the land acknowledgement. This land acknowledgement recognizes that the city and county of San Francisco resides on unceded Ramaytush Ohlone land on a village site called Yelamu. We acknowledge the profound suffering caused by the theft and colonization of this land and grieve the ongoing systemic harm to Ohlone cultures and to all the indigenous cultures of this planet. We honor the Ohlone as the ancestral stewards of these lands and wildlife. We recognize the living and ancestral home of the Ohlone people as the ongoing, ever-existing first people of San Francisco and the surrounding Bay Area, with rich cultures full of song, dance, language, ceremonies, and sacred traditions. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Honey. And now I would like to introduce a deep champion of Transgender History Month. Let's please give a warm welcome to Mayor London Breed.
First of all, I have to take a moment to just really appreciate Jupiter's comments and putting things into perspective to truly celebrate Transgender History Month in San Francisco. It is so great to be here with all of you, including our elected leaders, Joel Longardio, a member of the San Francisco Board of Supervisors. You can wave, Joel. He's looking at me. Do I wave? What do I do? The first LGBTQ fire chief in San Francisco's history, Janine Nicholson. Our city administrator, Carmen Chu. And our assessor recorder, Joaquin Torres. And let me also honor some amazing trailblazers. I see Miss Billy Cooper in the back, as well as Donna Prasanna. And I want to acknowledge the executive director for Pride who's joining us here today. Thank you, Suzanne Ford, for all your hard work in making Pride really special. The new generation of leaders in the trans community, they stand on your shoulders, and we're so grateful to welcome you all here to San Francisco City Hall to celebrate Transgender History Month in the city and county of San Francisco. Thank you so much, Honey Mahogany, for that great land acknowledgement. And what I love so much in talking about San Francisco on such a special occasion is not just that our city is a resilient city because of what this community represents in terms of the history of the transgender movement, which really truly was at the center of sparking a movement for the LGBTQ community as a whole, but really San Francisco as a city of first. So when you think about it, people continue to talk about Stonewall as one of the first known movements in history that occurred in New York. And we all know in San Francisco that if we don't talk about our history, if we don't put it out there, someone else will try to take credit for what we've done here in San Francisco. And in 1966, what happened here, Compton's cafeteria riots, is now being elevated, documented, talked about, and really celebrated as one of the first movements in the LGBTQ movement, not just the transgender and the drag queen movement, but in all of the movements combined. This is where it started in San Francisco because of this community. And as I talk about San Francisco being a city of first, I just came from 150th year anniversary celebration of the cable car. It is 150 years, the first cable car invented, the only still in San Francisco. And San Francisco really is a city of first. The first cable car, the first television invented in San Francisco, and we continue, the clap-on, San Francisco invented that, which created this door for technology and opportunity. The Chia Pet, the same guy who invented the clap-on invented the Chia Pet. Why do we talk about this? Because when it happens in San Francisco, it takes flight. And here in San Francisco, we started with not just the first office of transgender initiatives, but it went on along with so many great leaders that were mentioned before, including Aria Saeed and Honey Mahogany and others, to start a transgender district, to really work together with our Transgender Advisory Committee to put forth a number of initiatives to not just talk about history and talk about the movement, but to finally make real, tangible investments to push for aggressive change. So I'm so proud that San Francisco continues to push the envelope, continues to be put on the map when it comes to transgender rights. And the work that we've done together, including the Trans Home SF and a commitment to end trans homelessness in San Francisco, has truly been transformative. And along with some of the challenges that continue to persist around homelessness in this community, the first program around universal basic income for transgender people in San Francisco. And a lot of the work we continue to do, including the first building to house transgender youth here in San Francisco. And let me tell you, the challenge we continue to run into, because transgender people as a whole are under attack, but our youth more than anything else. So much so that we couldn't even really announce, celebrate, and disclose the location out of fear of what might happen to those young people who will be moving into this space. But the city didn't let that stop us from moving forward. We invested resources and helped to support Lion Martin in terms of all the work they're doing, but the security that they need to ensure that people can get health care and support and resources without fear of being attacked. There is so much that we're doing here in San Francisco. Jupiter outlined a lot of the great initiatives, and it would not happen had it not been for this incredible community, continuing to push the envelope, continuing to advocate, continuing to make sure that this community is united in our fight to ensure that the support that is available, not just to the LGBTQ community as a whole, but there is a specific focus on the trans community for resources, for services, based on a lot of the challenges and disparities that continue to persist. This community represents wholeheartedly the resiliency of what it means to be a San Franciscan. And when we talk about that, when we talk about the phoenix rising from the ashes, your strength, your courage, and everything you continue to do to push the envelope is why so many others in this country and in this world can truly be courageous, because they look to San Francisco and they truly see that we are a beacon of hope in the transgender community. So thank you all for being here to celebrate Transgender History Month in San Francisco. Let's continue to roll up our sleeves. Let's continue to do this incredible work. To those who are a part of the community as well as the allies, we will continue to push the envelope in San Francisco and maintain our place as a beacon of hope for all trans people throughout the world. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mayor Breed. Let's give Mayor Breed another round of applause. Thank you. And now, I welcome back Party Chair of the San Francisco Democratic Committee, Honey Mahogany.
Thank you so much again. It's an honor to be here today amongst community, amongst political leaders, and here in my hometown of San Francisco, which, as Mayor Breed so eloquently said, has been a place of so many firsts for our community. I'm proud to stand here as the first trans person to ever serve as the chair of any local Democratic Party in the country. I'm here standing proud as one of the founders of the Transgender Cultural District, and also as someone who lives in a city where we have committed to ending trans homelessness. That being said, even here in San Francisco, we have so much more work to do. Because even here in the state of California, we still have people who are attacking trans people's rights. And as we see laws being passed in other states across the country, so many people are fleeing to sanctuary states like California, to sanctuary cities like San Francisco, only to find that they cannot afford to live here. So if we are truly going to be a sanctuary city and a sanctuary state, we have to double down on our investments. We have to ensure that when people come here, that they are welcomed, that they are stabilized and allowed to continue to prosper and to live that dream of what sanctuary means here in San Francisco. I think that one of the things that we can do most or best is probably be as loud and as proud as we can be here. We have to demonstrate to the rest of the world what trans excellence looks like, and we have to teach our history. The reason that Republicans and people across this country are attacking our school boards, our education system, our public schools, banning books, is because they know that education is the key to their success and one of the ways in which they can exploit us as scapegoats. And I want to also say that while we definitely saw some of this rhetoric in the 1970s and 80s, it didn't start there. In fact, we can go back to World War II when we really saw some of the discrimination that was pushed upon our community. When we think about the book burnings that were done by the Nazi Party, Well, one of the very first, the most famous, probably the one that you've seen the pictures of, happened at the clinic of Dr. Magnus Hirschfeld. Dr. Magnus Hirschfeld was a gay Jewish doctor who ran a gender clinic in Germany. He had done years of research onto what it means to be transgender or gender nonconforming and how to help gender nonconforming people. All of that research, all of that knowledge and books was burned and destroyed. And trans people went from, at that time in Germany, being able to actually live their lives in public, being able to get cards that acknowledged that they were trans people and that they were allowed to wear the clothing that they were wearing in the streets. They went from that to being persecuted and having the pink triangle stamped on them and to being burned and gas chambered. So it's very important that we remember that history, that we acknowledge that history, and that we teach that history so that we do not repeat it today, because we are seeing history repeat itself. But in places here like San Francisco, we have leaders who are doing the right thing. Leaders who are fighting to make this a safe space, who are doing their best to ensure that people can come here and seek sanctuary. And I challenge all of us, especially our allies, to do more, to meet the challenge. As chair of the San Francisco Democratic Party, I have the honor of working alongside Speaker Emerita Nancy Pelosi in doing phone banking across our state and across this country to make sure that we are electing people who will fight for our rights, and not just trans rights, but also bodily autonomy, the right to access reproductive health care and abortions. This is all linked. So please, it's not enough to just attend rallies. It's not enough to call yourself an ally. Please do the work, join us in using our privilege here in San Francisco to create change across the state and across the country. You can hit us up at info@sfdemocrats.org and we can point you to your nearest phone bank. Join us and Sister District and so many other organizations in doing this work that is gonna lay the pathway to us winning in 2024, because we need to get that seat and ensure that we preserve our democracy. Thank you.
Thank you so much, honey. Now I welcome two very special people to the podium. One of them is Brianna McCree. She is the former Director of Community Engagement for the Center of Excellence for Transgender Health at UCSF. She has led trans empowerment and HIV prevention and treatment programs in the Tenderloin for the last 20 years. And most recently, this past June, she was one of San Francisco Pride's Grand Marshal. The second individual is Carlo Gomez Arteaga. He is a dedicated community organizer who previously served as development coordinator for the Dolores Huerta Foundation. He is the co-founder and facilitator of the first Spanish language support group for Latinx trans men, Grupo de Apoyo Phoenix, in the San Francisco East Bay. These two individuals are very, very special. They will both be leading the Transgender District as co-executive directors. Let's give a very warm welcome to the new executive directors of the Transgender District, Brianna McCree and Carlo Gomez Arteaga.
Oh, goodness. Happy Trans History Month. Happy Trans History Month. Thank you to Jupiter and Honey, and especially Mayor Breed. Thank you for being a light for trans liberation. I was told I only had 1 minute, so let me speed through this. Thank you, Jupiter, for leading the charge and helping create this legislation that will be recognized on a state level. Thank you to the co-founders, Honey, Janetta, and Aria Saeed, and working with Susan Stryker to uncover the rich history in San Francisco's Tenderloin area to elevate its people. Through my leadership with Carlo, I hope to expand on the legacy programs of the district while creating more possibility models for the folks in the Tenderloin for the future. Thank you.
Hello. Thank you so much. Thank you to Mayor Breed, to Jupiter Peraza, to Honey Mahogany, and of course to the speakers who will be here today, and also honorees, and of course the attendees, our community. I'm so honored to be here, so humbled to be in this position, and I look forward to building with you, with all of you, as we move forward. It's my pleasure to be here with you. My name is Carlo Gomez Artiaga, as folks have mentioned. I'm excited to work with Brianna McCree, my colleague at the Transgender District of San Francisco, as we celebrate this wonderful month of joy, of contribution, of overcoming, of healing. We need this. We need this here. We need this everywhere. I'm excited also for the Transgender District. I'm excited for the future, focusing on placemaking here in the district. We're so excited to meet everyone and to invite you to our event programming, especially in this month. So I want to talk about a few events we're having. The first one is Expansive, and it will be tomorrow, August 3rd and August 4th at the ACT at 7:30. Tickets are still available. We hope you all can come. We also have a riot party, our very famous riot party happening, in acknowledgement of this important history on the 27th of August. It will be at 12 o'clock at Capua Gardens at here in the district. So more information on both of these events can be found at the Transgender District SF.com events page. So please go to that for your tickets, share it with your friends. We want to expand the reach to make sure that folks, our community, has access to this important programming. And also, we're really excited, our Entrepreneurial Accelerator Program graduation is happening for transgender and queer people of color. Many of our participants are here. It's a 4-month program that started in April, and it's finishing this month, culminating in this month. So we're super excited to be celebrating the graduation of this new cohort, which is double the size as it was last year. And we want to introduce those businesses, those artists, those folks to you. So please come to this graduation on the 23rd of August at Connor Pulse at 5:30. And it's my great pleasure to introduce one of our past graduates, who is an honoree today, Melanie Upon, who is an experienced and licensed electrolyst in San Francisco and owner of not only one, but 2 locations of Hearton Electrolysis with support of the district. I want everyone to give her a really grand hand for lifting up this dream she had many years ago and making it a reality. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. Transgender History Month honors all of the hardships, struggles, and the obstacles our community has overcome, and the trailblazers that have worked hard to get us to today. There is still work to be done, but seeing all of your beautiful faces here is just a testament that we are going to be resilient and we can overcome anything. I want to take a moment to thank some of my mentors, Arya Saeed, Honey Mahogany, Jenna Rapuez, Nikki Kama, just to name a few. These people inspired and guided me throughout my years. Special thanks to the Transgender District Entrepreneurship Accelerator Program for helping make the dream of Hearton Electrolysis come true. With how our political climate currently is and how it's trying to strip transgender people of our rights, it's programs like these that are vital to make sure that our community not only survives, but thrives. Building wealth within our communities to ensure a brighter future for us all. And Mayor Breed announced a second round of grant opportunities for storefronts and small businesses in San Francisco recently. I'm a little too late for the grant, but I'm hoping I can get some kind of grant opportunities up in here. You know, San Francisco, hook a sister up, okay? But on a serious note, I am a Filipino American Bay Area native and a transgender woman. Born and raised in Hayward, California, my mother, may she rest in peace, was a single mother of 3 and worked several jobs to make ends meet. We came from very humble beginnings, and seeing how hard she worked to put food on the table, shoes on our feet, and a roof over our heads really instilled a hard work ethic in me. This really made me realize at a young age that I wasn't born with a silver spoon in my mouth, and the world was going to be very different for a person like me. It took me a long time to find my purpose in life, and the road was not easy. But today, I am very proud to say that now, going into our 2nd year in business, Heart and Electrolysis has 5 employees, including myself, that are all transgender women. Thank you. We provide gender-affirming services for the transgender community by the transgender community. We are proud to be the very first openly trans-owned and operated electrolysis practice in the city of San Francisco. The definition of harden means to make more cheerful or confident, and we are honored to be able to do this work. With your continued support, we hope to grow and be open for business for many, many years to come. For those of you out there that feel unsure of your purpose in life or feel lost at times, please know that I've been in your shoes before. I want you to really listen to what I am about to tell you. You are the star of your own story. You control the narrative of your life. Live with love for yourself. Love yourself with your whole heart. And believe in yourself. Because being trans is so powerful. You have the power to make your history as beautiful as you wish it to be. Thank you, everybody, and happy Transgender History Month.
Thank you. Thank you to Brianna and Carlo and Melanie as well. Before I welcome Mayor Breed back to hand out certificates of honor for recipients, I would like to give a very special shout out to someone that I also really look up to, Joaquin Guerrero, who over the last few months was appointed to San Francisco's Homelessness Oversight Commission, which was legislated last year. Joaquin is a brilliant political strategist, trans advocate, and incredible housing navigator. So thank you, Joaquin, for being you and for your mentorship. So now let's welcome Mayor London Breed back.
Aren't you going to help me, Jupiter? I think I missed this part of my notes. Okay, I'm just going to wing it.
We have some of our youth
Yes.
here.
So first of all, I just want to start with a certificate honoring someone who I just absolutely adore. I remember during the pandemic was hard for so many of us, and the ability to have a conversation with her and to talk to her about some of the challenges and obstacles that she's overcome to be at this moment, and how she told me, Donna Prasanna told me, how it just fills her heart with a lot of joy to know what the city is doing, you know, how the next generation will not have to just suffer in some of the same ways that she has had to. And the fact, I mean, she is, I know Donna Prasanna, but Donna who reflects, you know, all of what it means to persevere and to overcome obstacles and to still be standing and looking good. I see your legs, girl. So Donna, you know, for all of what you do to really make a difference, to continue to show up time and time again, to be really a testament of resilience and strength and support for this community, and a strong, sincere desire to ensure that the next generation is uplifted and supported, we wanted to take this moment to honor your legacy, celebrating you and thanking you for just being so amazing. So Donna.
I want to thank the mayor and the city of San Francisco for this honor. And by taking this award, I want to say that I vow to keep the history that I helped bring to the world, the Compton's Cafeteria Riot. I co-wrote a play to document and bring forth this history. And I vow to keep working at bringing that history to the world and to show that trans people can thrive, not just survive, but thrive and show themselves as the wonderful people that they are. Thank you.
And, you know, I know that folks like Donna and Billy Cooper and others who are here would have never imagined that it would be possible to see a day when young people can get a lot of the gender-affirming surgeries in the way that they are, and some of the new technology and advancements could occur. But what's so amazing about the young people that we're here to honor today is their courage. Their courage to be able to step out and be who they want to be in this world. And I know that so many of the folks here, you know, with the challenges that exist, not just, you know, in the United States, but all over the world, you know, it does take a lot of courage to stand out on faith and to advocate and to push. And the fact that they put together an amazing march to allow for body autonomy, the ability to decide what you want to do for your own body. That is your decision and your decision alone. And they stood up and they went out on faith and created a march that brought together so many people from all over to really just continue to acknowledge it. It's my body, my choice. That works for whether or not someone chooses, for whatever reason, to have an abortion. It's whether or not someone chooses to do whatever they choose to do, but we deserve that right. And this next generation is pushing to ensure that body autonomy is respected. And so we are honoring them here today for their work, their advocacy, and the ability with those young legs to stand this long without sitting down. So this honors youth organizers of San Francisco, the San Francisco March for Queer and Trans Youth Autonomy.
Hello, everyone. My name is Sasa Ramos. I am one of the organizers of the Queer March. I just want to acknowledge how grateful I am for all of us, myself and my fellow organizers, for this certificate of honor. We spent a lot of time organizing over Zoom, a lot of late nights, trying to make the most out of this march, really pushing our dedication to the trans community and how we want other youth to feel the same way as we do, being able to speak out about who they are, express themselves the way they want to, without any reservations. And yeah, I'll leave it there. But again, thank you so much for joining us here today, and I appreciate everyone here. Thank you.
All right. That concludes our program. Thank you all for being here for the second annual Transgender History Month. Once again, thank you to Mayor London Breed, the recipients of the Certificates of Honor. A huge congratulations. I invite folks to enjoy some really delicious snacks with trans flags on top of them. I will be having a few of those. And also some refreshments because it is really hot in here. So without further ado, on the count of 3, I want us to shout Happy Transgender History Month and fill this beautiful city hall and have our sound ricochet up to the dome. Are we ready? Yes. All right. I want it to be really loud though, okay? 1, 2, 3.